All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here for Jets Therapy, wrapping up this reaction for the Steelers. And what a win it was. Whew. A lot to unpack, Dan. So let's get right into it. Here we go.
Who are we?
I don't know, but I'm excited to find out.
All right, Jet fans. Yeah, welcome back. Very exciting week. Honestly, kind of a loss for words a little bit. I'm not exactly sure even where to start, what to talk about.
Yeah.
This is not the same old Jets that we saw this week. I'm not going to say that we're a changed team because we, came back versus the Steelers, who are obviously not a sound football team, but this just didn't feel like the same old Jets. This felt, because I think any other year, last year, the Gase era, this would have been a loss. This would have been a complete loss. We would have lost probably 23-13, 27-13, something along those lines. But the Jets fought and they fought. The defense came up big when they needed to. They got a lot of takeaways today. And, it was kind of a culture-changing type of game, just like that Browns game.
We had that bend, don't break attitude the entire game, it felt. You know what I mean? Like, it was like we're right on the cusp of fracturing and breaking, but we bounced back right there at the end. So, yeah. Like you said, man, it was not on atypical Jets, like in a atypical same old Jets game. You know what I mean? It felt like that, but in that fourth quarter, dude, everything changed, and we came, veterans came alive where I thought, and rookies as well. So it felt very, very good, dude.
Unbelievable, and a huge bounce back game for Ulbrich.
Yeah,
big
time.
A lot of the criticism that we had about this team going into this week was the defense, the defensive scheme. Is this going to be able to hold up throughout the course of the year? It looked like they made some changes. Again, I don't know enough about the X's and O's to really determine what they did differently.
Yeah.
But
I gotta go back and look. I mean, I'd be interested to see how many, what the percentages were and rotation wise, but I'm not looking at that. I didn't look at that right now, but
we'll check out statistics tomorrow, but it was just clicking.
They passed the eye test. They passed the eye test. So
everything just seemed to be working on defense. And it, just like you said, it was that bend, no break.
Yeah.
And throughout the first half, really, I didn't think Trubisky was doing that bad of a job, honestly. He was kind of finding the open guy. Our line was getting after him a little bit here and there. Yes, he wasn't great.
Yeah.
But it's not like I guess they just wanted to see what they had in Kenny Pickett, just to try to change up the momentum, change up the energy a little bit. I didn't think Trubisky was doing a terrible job, but, the Steelers, that's a franchise that just expects more.
So
they wanted to see if Pickett could give him that kind of flair.
Dude, I was talking to another friend of mine, Brian, and he said it perfectly, dude. He's like, second half, Pickett was that lightning rod that they need. Like, nothing else changed, right? Like,
no,
we didn't, like, our game plan didn't change. Like, we still tried to run it up the middle and lost a yard every time.
What was that?
I don't know.
I don't understand that. That's like
a lightning rod for them. So
he did, and he wasn't even doing much.
No.
Short little completions, and that is the Jets' kryptonite, is like 4-yard passes, 5-yard passes, because we have such even as a defense ourselves, a bend don't break attitude where we don't want to let up that huge explosive. But man, the offense, if they understand that, they can just pick us apart, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we have a decent run defense. We're pretty good in coverage down the field. But if you want to throw 4 to 5-yard passes, you can do it versus the Jets all day long. So there was that. And on the other side, like you said, our first down running the ball is atrocious. 1 yard, 2 yard.
We are on our fifth offensive tackle right now, right? Like, we moved AVT over. Like, good for him for being a team player with that. But dude, the offensive line is in shambles. And again, that was a little worrying having Zach coming back from a knee injury. But my God, dude. I think the Steelers would have had 80 sacks had Zach not had Flacco been in there.
I honestly think he would have taken like 8 sacks. Yeah. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got? Let's do our gas and our breaks here, man. All right. So what do you got for your gas that was a positive out of today?
My main gas and is the big takeaway, and what I love to see, and when you have a good team, is when the team starts adopting the personality of the coach. And this is what we've been preaching the whole time, is the Jets changing the culture, changing how people see them. We've essentially been a laughingstock, been a joke for how many years. And it's these type of little wins. My dad was over, I was watching with him. We were just like just find a way to win this game.
That's right.
It doesn't have to be pretty. Literally, I don't care if we would have won 6-3. Just find a way to win this game.
Yeah.
And it just, winning can be contagious. And that type of just energy as a team and just guys coming together. Like if you start to think you're a loser, you become a loser. It's like the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
And the Jets have had that for so long. But we have so many young guys that are just adopting this new
our
sense
rookies
of who
are
the Jets can be.
Studs.
Yes. And dude, like we were just saying, last year, 10 times out of 10, we lose this game. The Gase era, 10 times out of 10, we lose this game.
12 times out of 10.
There's no way we come back.
Yeah.
And so that is my one main gas. My second is just, it has to be Zach Wilson in the clutch.
Gotta be.
Dude, we were 1st and 20 from the 50-yard line. And Zach just little by little was finding the open receivers and not throwing to wide open, guys.
Now hitting some tight windows.
Putting the ball just in absolute boxes.
Yeah.
I mean,
his receivers let him down a little
pass.
bit. And he was a little inaccurate. So like, it's funny you say that because I felt he was like in clutch situations and like longer third and longs, first and longs, like where we had penalties or something like that. I felt he was clutch, like he was ready to go. But it was those like regular, like, what I mean? Like on a 1st and 10, if we do try a pass, he's missing a wide open receiver. Like, so those like, almost, I don't want to say routine plays. I felt like he was struggling a little bit, but again, in the clutch and when the pressure was on him.
That's how he's been. It's like when he has that just wide open receiver, like his area of growth is just making the easy plays look easy. It's not complicated. Just hit them. You don't have to do anything special. But what was great, man, it's like you don't want to see your quarterback flourish in the first quarter and just falter in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And when it came to the fourth quarter, and my highlight of the whole entire game was that 4th and 7 pass that he had to Corey Davis, where he just threaded that needle. I mean, dude, that was the game. I mean,
Corey Davis was silent until that fourth quarter.
So
and again, I thought he had another bad penalty, but again, I think he more than made up for that with those catches he had in that fourth quarter.
Dude, some of those block in the back penalties, it's just like, God, it's like 50-50. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. So just adopting a culture change in terms of kind of where we've been. And then Zach Wilson just coming through in the clutch have got to be my two gases.
Yeah. I mean, I forget what game it was last year or after, but Saleh had a press conference last year. He's like, guy, like, obviously we know the change in the culture is not going to shift overnight. Right. So like, but he says, when you start seeing little things, so like taking your sample size and like breaking it down to like, okay, so let's take these first 4 games, 2 of them, same old Jets losses, right? Like that, right. They were same old Jets losses. The Browns game, unreal comeback. Unreal. We were down, what was it, 14 or 12 points with a minute and a half to go, something like that. So unreal. And then this game, dude, like you said, like they just fought. It was about to be a same old Jets loss, right? But then that fourth quarter, they fought, they grit through it. And Zach Wilson's got that dog in him, dude. Like he
does. He really does.
What was it? Breece Hall at the end said, he said, guys, let's go score an MF and touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
MF and Zach Wilson scored an MF and touchdown.
And it was just more enjoyable to watch Wilson behind center.
Oh my God.
Just watching Flacco, even when we came back versus the Browns, watching Flacco behind the center, I was just like, it was just so bland. It was just so mediocre. He's excited. The guy has no fire. And that's just not how the quarterbacks are in the NFL anymore. Even the ones that stink all have like a lot of energy or are super high paced, move around in the pocket.
They can escape and run.
Watching Joe Flacco it was rough. It was really, really rough to watch him play. Even, like I said, even when we were winning games or doing well. So Zach just provided that little bit of energy, that little bit of confidence, that little bit of passion. I think that everybody else fought off of, especially late in the game. Yeah. And you could see him in the pocket, dude. It was very different seeing him this year than it was seeing him at the end of last year, where he played well. He didn't throw any interceptions. He was just confident. He was stepping back in the pocket, standing really tall. He was never throwing off of his back leg, which he did a lot last year. So it's just a lot
more
of
comfortable in the system. Forward. Just getting through his reads better, I think. So definitely exciting to see. I love it, dude. I'm
so hit me with your break. So obviously it wasn't a perfect game, and I mean, there in the third quarter, there were a lot of Jets fans that just turned their televisions off. That were just
I didn't get to my gas yet, Dan.
Yeah.
I got some gas too. I want to get
What?
there.
Oh, I thought that was your gas.
No, that was your gas. My gas.
Hit me with it.
My gas. I feel like I'm the defensive guy, you're the offensive guy, but my gas was the defense, dude.
True.
Like our two safeties, Joyner and Whitehead, non-existent the first 3 games. Joyner had, granted, one of them was on the Hail Mary at the end of the game, but Joyner had two interceptions. I mean, dude, Quinnen Williams, the defensive line fought for their defensive coordinator, Ulbrich. So I don't know, but I mean, after a week of some mistaken, out of context liners, I think the defense came in huge. Now I'll get to my break, because my break is CJ Mosley, dude, non-existent. Like,
okay, yeah.
Anytime we needed him today, like that his linebacker, he missing tackles, just not covering well. And granted, he's not the greatest in coverage, but like you gotta do something. I don't know, but he was non-existent. So that's my gas, dude.
Yeah, and not only that, they showed there was a run early in the game where he was right there and he was able to kind of hit the hole where you stop somebody for a 2-yard loss. He was super indecisive and kind of just shuffled his feet, and then the running back was able to get around the outside, and then he had like an 11-yard gain, and CJ Mosley couldn't even bring him down. And I was just like, that is very unlike him.
Unlike him. I hope everything's all right, but I mean, again, one guy's down, the other 10 were up for it. You know what I mean? Again, safeties played well to cover him. Defensive line played extremely well. We had multi-sack games. So Jermaine Johnson got a sack. Heck yeah. So I was loved to, and dude, Sauce Gardner, man, rookie of the year. I think he's going to be rookie of the year.
Yeah, man. Unbelievable. He had great coverage there where
he's a lock.
I think it was Michael Carter that came off. That was able to intercept that ball late. That really.
He pulled the guy away to give him space.
Yeah, he pulled the guy away and kind of deflected it, and then Michael Carter, they kind of worked as a team there and able to get the ball, and that's what led to the game-winning drive. So, that was just so exciting to see this defense. Yeah, Ulbrich deserves all the credit, and doesn't deserve all the credit, but he. We can at least give him some credit now for bouncing back after all the criticism.
After a week of.
Yeah,
by the media.
I don't even know if this is a break. Really, my break is just CJ Uzomah, and I don't 100% understand why he's not more involved. I mean, you pay this guy all this money to bring him in, he's not even on the field. I mean,
he was in there, and again, granted, he's still coming. I don't know how he is coming.
Yeah, are we just trying to slowly bring him back into the fray, just to make sure that he understands the playbook and he's doing the right thing? But I get it. Conklin's great. But he's been making some bonehead mistakes. I mean, that pick six today, almost a pick six today, that wasn't on Zach. I'm sorry. I mean, yes, it was like at his helmet. It was like just above his helmet, like right here.
He did not jump. It was like a little.
Yeah, I mean, it was terrible. So
yeah,
you hope that Conklin kind of figures it out. But I mean, from what we know about CJ, he's a pass catcher, man. He's yards after the catch.
Big, yeah.
Big. I mean, I want to see this dude catch some balls. Let's a little of that, and then just absolutely go after he catches it. I want to see this man catch balls.
I do.
That's what I want to see.
He needs to. And you said it right. We brought in Conklin. We brought in Uzomah. Like, they're not living up. They're not fitting the bill right now. You know what I mean? They're not living up to their reputation. And if they're not, let the kid in. Let Ruckert in, dude. Let's see what he's got.
Baby.
Like, let Ruckert run, bro. Like that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see some adjustments. I'm not sure, but. Yeah, dude, I get that. The lack of Uzomah in the game plan is a bit questioning to me so far as to why he's not. And again, maybe like you said, they're reeling him in, bringing him into the fray slowly because of his injury. But yeah, I definitely hope we see a resurgence of him and see that.
I mean, and also Barrios
get to the Super Bowl last year. So
yeah, and I'd like to see Braxton a little more involved as well. I mean, I know that we have a lot of wide receivers.
Touchdown pass today, Dan.
He did. Well, that's pretty much all he did. He caught like one screen pass for like a 5-yard gain.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd like to see him a little more involved. I understand that Garrett Wilson essentially is just.
He was. I mean, again,
he didn't do much. He didn't do much today. But dude,
Steelers defensive backfield got us good.
It did. So. But there is something very, very special about Garrett Wilson, even more special than Elijah Moore. Dude, when he caught that pass, I think it was in the fourth quarter. I think there was like 9 minutes left or something.
Oh, I thought he was going to the. I thought he was going to the.
Dude,
the
like
zone,
the
dude.
way
Yeah.
that he caught it, he made those first two dudes miss like
Quick,
they weren't
like
even
nothing.
there, like they were children. I mean, this literally looked like an NFL guy going against like high schoolers.
Yeah.
I mean, he made the first two guys miss, and there was almost like a yard of distance between the two. The first guy just smacked off of him. The second guy, he made him miss quickly, and he almost got the third guy off of him.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can find this, I mean, I think that he's going to be great on go routes come like next year and the year after, like year 3. But you find Garrett Wilson on like a slant across the middle, he is going to make
just give him the ball and let him.
He's
let
almost
him do
like
what he
OBJ was like in his prime when he was just making dudes miss. So the pieces are there, dude. The pieces are there. And the fact that Zach Wilson came back and he was able to actually win the game.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you saw some rust, I think that, and I don't even think that you saw any rust physically with Zach. I think it was just in terms of seeing the field.
Yeah.
He would like, especially on that deep pick to the left side there that he threw kind of in like the double or triple coverage. He had Garrett Wilson going over the middle to the right that he could have taken a second and just kind of checked his second or third receiver. So, I mean, I think just in terms of him feeling more comfortable, I don't even think physically, I think that he's good there, but just in terms of kind of seeing the field, it's going to take a little bit of time.
And I agree. I mean, it's his first game back and we won in a comeback win. So it's like, and with a patchwork offensive line. So you really can't complain. Like you cannot complain at all about the play from Zach Wilson. And I mean,
if I could tell you before the season that we're going to be 2-2 and going into week 5.
I did tell you that, Dan.
I think didn't we both have that?
You had us at 3-1, but I had us at 2-2.
Should be 3-1.
We should be though. No, Dan, we should be. I will agree with you there.
We should be.
But now again, that was before we knew who Miami was. So Miami kind of scares me next week. Not gonna lie. But the Packers don't look too special. I mean, they went toe to Pats went toe to toe with them today, and they Packers.
I don't understand how the Patriots keep playing well. They stink.
They're bad. I mean, they're not playing that well.
They just figure it out. I mean, it's Belichick. He just figures out ways to win, whether it's with the short passes and with the run game. He just figures out ways to win. I don't understand. And now that they're like the Patriots are on their third string quarterback, I don't know if Mac Jones is potentially coming back next week. I'm not sure what his prognosis was, but
yeah.
Dude, if we could almost the Patriots become a non-factor, I mean, I loved seeing them lose.
Dude, we win
going to 1-3.
We'll talk about it next week, but we win next week against the Dolphins, dude.
That's
AFC East. I don't want to say it's wide open, but like the Bills have some chinks in their armor, man. So if we get on a roll and we start, finding our flow, dude, anything's possible in this AFC East, and I believe that. So,
and
again,
we gotta get.
I don't want to put the horse ahead of the cart or something, whatever that saying is.
Cart in front of the horse. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. We got to get through Miami. And if we beat Miami without Tua, I think, I don't know, depending on what's going on. I mean, he played against, played against the Bengals. So
yeah, I mean, I think that the Bills are the team in the NFL now, but it just goes to show, especially when the Colts played the Chiefs, I mean, they beat them, right? So like, I think the NFL right now is truly a week to week league. Yeah. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day. And I mean, I think what's great about what we've done so far is we've beaten the teams that we were supposed to beat.
Yeah.
And, we played tight it's like we didn't get blown out, when we played the Ravens and played the Bengals. I actually think
we were in it. We were in it until the third with the Ravens. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we were right there with them. Our defense played fantastic. So if things start clicking, you never know. Zach brings that spark, but there was a time in this game that we all said same old Jets. So
third quarter, dude, it was a
little scary there for a while. So hopefully
I took the hat off. I sat back a little bit. I was like, you know what?
Dude,
same old Jets, baby.
So terrible. Hey man, I wore this Garrett Wilson. I wore this jersey when we beat the Browns, dude. I don't know if I can take it off now. My gosh.
Well, Wilkerson, baby. I gotta update, but the gray just looks so good.
Oh, it's fresh. It's fresh. All right, man, let's wrap up there. We'll see you guys in a few days when we take on the Dolphins. We'll be doing our prediction video and kind of breaking that down. But exciting win, dude. What a time to be a Jets fan at 2-2. And we can wear our stuff proud tomorrow, man.
That's
I mean,
right.
this is
Victory Monday, baby.
It's
Victory
rare.
Monday.
It's rare we can walk around with our heads held high.
Second one this season. Second one. 2-2 to start the year. You got to be happy, right? Like, you got to look at it. You got to be happy as a Jet fan.
Absolutely.
So,
all right, man. See you all in a little bit. JETS.
Have a good one.